Okay. Well, with that being said, I guess the question is...
What was your point about the Black Panthers and the...
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that,
I probably shouldn't speak on it because I'm not...
I mean, you can speak on it because you're entitled to an opinion. I'm not going to get offended by it, you know.
I'm not African American, so...
But, I mean, I think you brought up a good point as to, like, what a lot of Americans, specifically, I feel like white Americans, are scared of.
Why did they build interstates through the communities, the African American communities?
I thought they built it through all sorts of communities, but
they legitimately targeted like those areas.
But a lot of those people were already in cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they were doing fine.
I feel like if you actually look
I don't know. Maybe they weren't doing fine, but...
Like, we're on my family farm, right? I feel like a lot of people that were in the same situation, you think of the Tulsa Massacre and things of that nature, like, a lot of people couldn't even own land. Like, they couldn't be out here in the country because they were outnumbered in a bad way. Like, if you were black, you weren't meant to be treated with any sort of respect. You weren't seen as human. You weren't seen like an equal, like you deserved to be here. So that's why they moved in the cities where, even though it was still bad there, it was like police brutality and stuff like that. Like in the city, you know, it's a lot more of you. You can't just be out here by yourself and then, you know, something happens to you.
Like that video I was trying to show you earlier about T.I. and that, I forget her name.
Candace Owens? Yeah.
Dude, yeah, did T.I. kind of intimidate her? Yeah, but he made her go on the spot and not give a 3-sentence answer to this very simple question. He said, because she slipped up. She said, well, I'll wear a hat or some shit. Make Black America great again. And he's like, which greatness are we talking about?
And that's what
I was like, fuck, dude. Like, you're right on point. Like, okay. And, you know, and if it's about race, you know, and if we need a black president, why not T.I.? Why not?
Because that's not what it's about.
Why not somebody that's influential?
That's not what it's about. I feel like most black people, and I've had this discussion with several black people, it's not about being like, it's about being prideful. Black is being prideful not because of skin color, but because of the struggle.
Well, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Why is it okay for other cultures to be prideful, but I can't be prideful?
Because
when I get labeled a white nationalist.
What struggle have you had?
What struggle have I had?
Yeah.
Being alive? Like, are you talking about...
Well, then you should make
Are you talking about my culture?
No, I just mean either or. If you have a culture, that's cool. Like, if you have the Irish flag or the UK flag, I see a lot of people who are flying that.
There were a lot of Irish immigrants back in the day.
But that's one thing. Being that's like if I fly an ISIS flag. Or like if you'd be upset if you saw like somebody fly a freaking Al-Qaeda flag. You know what I mean? Because they lost the war, the terrorism war, after they bombed America. Like, that's what the Confederacy was. They seceded from the Union and tried to fight America, which is what country you're in now.
But I know what you're talking about, but I wasn't even referring to that.
But, I mean, that's what the Confederate flag means. That's literally what it stands for. It stands for that side that seceded from the Union.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm saying if you have a culture that isn't a rebel flag, I do some research into it, but if you have like a regular old flag or whatever, no one's going to be like, yeah, we don't like your white culture unless it's a hate group like the KKK or skinheads or something.
Can I show you something?
Sure.
Sorry, someone was texting me. This is all propaganda.
Yeah, it is. That's what a lot of people use, trying to say the Democrats are the racist party. Everybody knows that those parties basically flipped, and they're trying to use that to their advantage. Because a Republican used to stand for...
What party was Abraham Lincoln in?
He's Republican.
I just had deja vu. I should probably quit talking.
No, keep going. But that's not the Republican Party that you have today. Now, maybe financially it's the same, but also I feel like your Democrats today are not they're obviously not the Democrats that you had back in the freaking 40s, 50s, whatever. Whenever they flipped the parties because they thought that everybody was stupid.